Hey everyone, Tuesday the 5th of March 2019, day before I leave. Just behind me right there, you see that White House? He's building another one right next to it. So that's a new house from last year. So he's putting another one. Looks like James has got his place going on. Everything's changing there. The grass looks great here, if you'll notice here. The grass looks fabulous. It's already starting to get nice and green and it's all closing in together. So by next year that lawn will be beautiful. You know, with all the greenery and everything. This property will be amazing next year. Absolutely amazing. I don't know what's going on with this one, but I'm embarrassed. Like I barely walked around Mangler Alto the whole 6-8 weeks I was here. If you'll notice right now that the river has punched out. We had some rain, pushed the berm out, pushed the rain all the way through. So now we've got no river, no nothing pretty much. So. But yeah, like I said, I'm a little bit, kind of choked at myself. Like, I wanted to do, well, I didn't really make any plan or schedule, but, I could have done some more walking around, Mangler Alto and see what's going on there. I suppose I can do a little walk around tomorrow. I don't leave till 2 in the afternoon, so maybe in the morning when it's quiet, just do a little walk around, see what changes have happened. Like, right on the beach here, there's been a couple of changes. I did a video when I did my first, one a couple days. I walked down to Montanita, but yeah, sad to go. Really sad to go. Actually, this year has been. I have no time. Time is not a linear line. I feel like I just got here yesterday. I'm like, where did the time go? Where did the time go? Anyway, Low Beach Walk me by the river right now. What punched through and took out everything, and now it's going to be a while. The berm's going to have to build back up, and then the river and lake will build up, and that'll be a while before that happens. I'll be long gone before that happens. It's going to take a while, and if it keeps raining, it'll just keep pushing it out. So need a bit of a lull, and then it goes through cycles, just like Montanita is the same thing. But like I said before, this river is clean. I've played in this river and swam in this river with the kids, and I didn't get any sore throat or anything, or greasy ears or anything like that. So but Montanita, I can promise you swim in that water, you're gonna be sick. You are gonna be sick. That is feces. And that's so I've been told, but you can just tell by the color of the water, Okay, some observations on the time I've been here. The first 3, 4, 5 years, it seemed like, Montanita, there'd be changes, like one restaurant would open, something would close, something would open, something would open, something would close. So it's just back and forth-ish, there would be a new business or whatever, like Ola was there for like the 5 years, and then it just closed. And now there's a whole bunch of smaller businesses. Selena's new. There's a couple of small places that are new, but there again, let's see if they're there last year. Now, what I did notice about this year is that even over the last 4 or 5 years, just all of a sudden, Mangler Alto this year just seems to be, it started with the pavement, I guess. Made me just started to realize that, okay, the tourists are starting to pour down this way because Montanita's just, they're living on top of each other. So it just seemed to be a snap of the fingers. 4 or 5 years of nothing. There was no restaurants, no this, no nothing. And then all of a sudden, you can go down for tacos and ice cream and, I haven't done a video walk around, but I've done a cursory walk around, But there again, where did the time go? Observations, dogs, same thing as last year. The dogs seem to be smaller. I don't know. Maybe they got rid of all the big ones that eat people, because I've seen people get run at down here while I've been here. Mostly locals and that, guys on motorcycles going along the beach. I don't see any, tourists getting into any troubles, and I haven't heard anything. I've heard of a couple of ankle nips, but very minor. Nobody's even eaten. But there again, you need to know where you're going, like anything else. Between Mangler Alto and Montanita, this stretch right here, there's all the housing in there, and it's everybody who works in Montanita, Mangler Alto live in this area, so there's dogs, and I wouldn't be cutting through at night in an area like through there, just unfamiliar, only because, you know, goodness knows what you're gonna step on, and you know, you're not in Kansas. But small observation, police presence a little bit more. The drug situation, you know, the marijuana, you can still get it if you want it. There was no shortage of dudes and women asking me for weed every day, you know, but they have to be careful because it's illegal down here, and every once in a while, like it's like back home, right? You know, the cops don't really care for a while, then you just kind of push your limit, and then all of a sudden, kabam, the hammer comes down. And I've noticed for this weekend that all the regular guys that are normally around, like, you know, weed, they're not there. So I can only assume that maybe they decided to take a break for the weekend, so they didn't want to go to jail. Because maybe, you know, because it's a high-end tourist day, weekend, that they said, you know what, you pot dealers stay out of town. I don't know how it works, but, you know, the alcohol flows. You know, $1.50 for a big beer, still the same price. Nothing's changed for that in 5 years that I've been coming here. Alcohol prices, nothing's really changed. Still 25 cents for 3 bananas. I still can go and get, you know, a mess of shrimp for $3 a pound for a whole bunch of really good shrimp. You know, the other day we bought some fish. Bought some fish the other day, and it was, we fed the whole family. It was like 10 of us, and so the food is still cheap. That hasn't changed. You know, I mean, it's the American dollar, but the food is cheap. I mean, when you can go, like I go to the restaurants that are a little bit more expensive, so I'll pay like $6 and $7 for my meal. You can get a meal for $2.50. You get the special of the day. What did you make today? You're having fish, rice, salad, and plantain. Okay, plate comes $2.50. You get a whatever juice of the day, whatever it is. You know, oatmeal juice. Maracuya juice, whatever. I mean, they juice everything, you know, so, and that's what you get, $2. So you can literally, you know, eat at a restaurant, you know, locally for like less than, if you wanted to eat 3 meals a day, you could eat for less than $10, you know. So that's another observation. More than that, the people are still great. You know, the connection that I've made with my family here is even more strong. Like the kids, I can almost understand their Spanish now. It's not so bad. My Spanish, I'm at that, just at that level, just at that, like, you know, a couple, it's the verb tenses and stuff like that. You know, I sound like if you ever speak to a Frenchman and I go to the beach, I'm not know much, you know, and they put it backwards, and so I probably sound like that in Spanish, you know, me voy a la casa, you know, I go to the house, but they understand, and it's, you know, I don't get looked at like I've got lobsters growing out of my ears. You know, you think you're saying the right thing, and then they're like, okay, and you say, I swear I just said it right, but you've changed it just enough. You know, you didn't say bird, you said, you know, toilet paper turnip. But anyway. So yeah, so the people, like, you know, and then it's really great because everybody remembered me, and that was really good, you know, and it was like, still, you know, still treated like a tourist in some days, and I don't like that. I mean, especially the people who have seen me for 7 or 8 years, it's like, you know, dude, like, I'm not a tourist. Do I have to tattoo it on my forehead? Like, I'm not down here to buy junk or, you know, to get seen off or to get, you know, shined on for some kind of piece of mud that you want me to pay $10 for. You know, I mean, there's a lot of that, right? Always looking for money, looking for a payout, you know, looking for a way to make something. But Montanita's still bustling. You see that right now. Last day of Carnival. Look at all the umbrellas. Yeah. But a beautiful low tide walk for the last day walk, last beach walk pretty well. I might walk into town tonight, like I said, you know, and I might do a walk around Manglar Alta just to do like a cursory walk around. I want to do a video. I used to do those, you know, I did walk around Montanita. So, you know, you can go through my archive and see. Not much has changed. And the boardwalk's still the boardwalk. You know, the river's still the river. A couple minor things. And like I said before, Wrangler Alto has a bank machine now. And it's got a couple of restaurants, so you don't have to go to Montanita all the time to eat. Because the last couple of years before, that's what there was nothing. You had to go over here to get something. You know, anything really. You know, firefighters in Wrangler Alto, you know, that's about it. Lost about 7 to 10 pounds. That's normal. You know, just can't help. You know, I went to the gym. I didn't lose any strength, a very minor amount of strength, so that's how I gauge my weight. You know, if I'm losing too much muscle, I'm going to drop my strength quite a bit. So I was still deadlifting, like at my best when I was the heaviest last year, 2 years ago, when I did my goal, 315, 3 plates, deadlifted, but I was closer to a $167. Now I'm down to about 153, so I could do 275, but I didn't have the muscle mass to go any heavier. I was straining, so I could see a little bit on the heavier exercise. On the easy ones, like, you know, bicep curls and all that, waste of time, you know, curls for girls type exercises, you know. But yeah, it is a weight loss clinic down here. There's no really avoiding it. It's just the heat. You just, like, I'm sweating right now and I'm not doing anything. And we are at the Gauntlet. There's the Gauntlet. Everybody be filtering out today, slow and steady. You know, they're back to work tomorrow. Antonio has to work tomorrow. The host family, the father, he's back at work tomorrow teaching Spanish. Yesterday and today are holidays, of course. Some of the businesses are like the construction place across the street from us is open. So some places are open, some places are closed. Like back home, you know. Really looking into driving here next year. Looked at the Roro, you know, looked at the trip from down the Pan American Highway, read a whole raft of testimonials. Like reading, that's the main thing, you know, and I'm sure I mentioned it before, there's a common thread. So we'll start planning now. It's something I probably have to start planning right now. It's not something I can wait till the last minute. But you're all going to be along for that journey, that's for sure. Because that'll be epic. That'll be like a drive all the way down. It's essentially like driving from Campbell River on top of Vancouver Island-ish, so, you know, Port Hardy way, all the way to St. John's, Newfoundland by car. Ferry times and everything included. About the same amount of time and distance. A little bit longer, just a tad longer to go to Ecuador. But you have to realize our country is huge. I've done the across the country journey 3-4 times now, I think. Once through the United States and twice through Canada. Or twice through the United States, sorry. So, it's doable. Now the only difference is that instead of going across the country or around the planet, I'm going down. So, you know, but like I said, Pan American Highway should be fine. And that'll be like just an epic journey, like just talking almost 9,000 kilometers, 8,000 kilometers. And I'll have to check my math. Could be off a bit on that one. But yeah, it'll be just, you know, that journey itself, the video, what you see on the road should be epic. And crossing the Darien Gap with the Roro, with the Villainous Company, I believe it's called. You know, it's a very big shipping company, and they've actually it's a small subsidiary company, I guess, of the bigger company that's doing the Roros from Panama to. And you can go like Panama to Colombia. It's just a one day. It's an overnighter with the car. You know, that's the quick one. If you wanted, you know, if I wanted to put my car on the thing and take it all the way to Ecuador and just get it off in Ecuador, well, that would be different, completely different. But and there's security issues too as well with that, right? With stuff in your car, leaving stuff in your car, how you do it, when you load it, stuff like that. So. Oh, it's so nice, little beach walk. I think I'll be able to walk home too. I mean, it's so nice. Tide's not going to be in for a while. Yeah, so okay, so we are pretty well here. And I thought that there would be more people, or I thought that the people came out more this far with the tents and that, but I think I was suffering from what I would call enhanced memory delusion, where in my mind's eye, I convinced myself, kind of like a Luke, I am your father, no, he is your father, whatever, that I convinced myself that, oh yeah, I saw umbrellas to the gauntlet every year. I saw umbrellas to the gauntlet every year. So in my mind's eye, that's what I had a picture of. That the gauntlet, the umbrellas for the Carnival went to there. And in searching through some older photos, I don't think it was the case. I could be wrong. I mean, could have been one day, but pretty sure it's just like, I was talking about that subject with my brother, like, memory and how we can change our own memory, you know, to a certain degree. You know, I'm not going to change my memory and wake up one day and think that I'm a black person and I'm 6'7" when I play basketball. So that's not reasonable. But when I talk to my brother, especially because we had a very close upbringing all the way up until our later teenage year, early 20s, we have a lot of common memories, but our memories are not the same. And we can ping back and forth and come to some kind of consensus on a memory, but sometimes he'll listen to me recount a memory, and he'll say, no bro, that's not how it happened. And I'm like, what? And he'll explain, and then we'll go back and forth, and I'm like, okay, yeah, your explanation is more reasonable. And the same thing vice versa, and the same thing with memories being just completely forgotten, traumatic ones, depending on how the situation is. Your body just will not, and then the other person will say, no, this is what happened. Yeah, I was there. They weren't so traumatized that they stored it for you. But there again, like, if you're unsure, it's like two people who are not sure about speaking Spanish, and they're trying to correct each other. It's like, is that para por? So, you know, you're going back and rely on my own memory, you know, your gut and all that stuff when you're talking about stuff. But when it comes down to, like, you know, was my car blue or black when I was 16? You know, was it a dark blue or, you know, like one of those things, and you just can't, you need help. You need help. Okay, I'll be signing off. It'll be a long video. Not as many as yesterday, but still quite a bit. Well, I think it's more because it's really low tide and they're spread out. Okay, so we're going to sign off.
Pero que mi cama sea salvaje y peligroso.
It's huge. Hola. Hola, hola, buenas. Hola. Hola, buenas tardes. Okay, so pretty well a solid walk right from Montanita to Manglar Alto here, and if you see that couple in front of me just before I pulled the camera away, the lady with the green shorts and the gentleman with the blue shorts in front of me, I basically caught them in the time that they were walking way ahead of me. I had a brisk pace, so I imagine once we do the timing it'll turn out to be about 25 minutes, and then if you take your time, like if you stroll, it could be 45 minutes, but if you're, you know, a quick brisk walk, it's a 25-minute walk from the beach to the beach. Now it's another 10 minutes for me to get to my house from here, so that's not far. But that's it. Now, from what I've been told, down that way during low tide, you see, like right there, where that pinch point is right there. They say when it's high water, you can't get through there. You have to walk on the street, or because the private property, like the breakwater's private. So low tide is your best bet to get around that point, and then the walk can be epic. And I was told that on the Olun side, though, the problem is that as you walk away from Olun towards, Quito way, the sand becomes quicksandy, is what they tell me. It becomes very spongy to walk in, so it's a lot of work. I mean, that's, good for PT and all that, but if you're just out for a stroll, you want the hard packed stuff. That's your better bet anyway, for running and stuff like that. So, signing off. Peace to you and yours. Hope to see you on the flip side.